All right, so the problem says Lamar will donate up to $480 to charity. The money will be divided between two charities, the City Youth Fund and the Educational Growth Foundation. Lamar would like the amount donated to the Educational Growth Foundation to be at least 4 times the amount donated to the City Youth Fund. Let X denote the amount of money in dollars donated to the City Youth Fund, and let Y denote the amount of money in dollars donated to the Educational Growth Foundation. Shade the region corresponding to all values of X and Y that satisfy these requirements. So for this problem, we have to write our system of inequalities and then graph it and find where all the shading overlaps. And this problem has already told you what your X and Y should be. So that should make writing the equations a little bit easier. So X is going to be the amount of money for our City Youth Fund, and then Y is the amount of money that goes to our Educational Growth Foundation. So we're going to write down kind of all of our numbers that matter and what they mean. So this 480, that's our total. So we have a total of $480 to spend between the two different charities. And then Lamar would like the amount donated to our Educational Growth Foundation. So again, that one was represented by Y. And it has to be at least 4 times the amount donated to the City Youth Fund. So that was our X. Okay. So again, we said that has to be at least 4 times bigger. So Y has to be greater than or equal to 4X for that one. And really, when we're looking at this one, if it's our total, the amount of money that we give to each, we would add those together, and that has to be less than or equal to that $480. So our system that we need to graph is X plus Y is less than or equal to 480, and then Y greater than or equal to 4X. And we're not allowed to give a negative amount of money, so we also need to say that X has to be greater than or equal to 0, and Y has to be greater than or equal to 0. So that's our system that we are graphing. All right, so here's my graph paper. So I'm going to take this one away so I can zoom in a little bit to make it easier to see the graph. So, and I rewrote my system here, and I have labeled my axes. So my scale that I used is going to be 40. And since we have the constraint of 0 for both X and Y, that means that this is a constraint, so my Y-axis and the X-axis is also a constraint. So we'll just have to remember that as we graph. Now remember to graph this top one. So I'm going to do that one in pink. We have to solve this equation for Y. So that means that we're just going to subtract our X over. So negative X plus 480. So I'm going to go up to 480, so here, and then we're just going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And again, we can kind of put as many points as we feel necessary, so I'm going to stop there and I'm just going to make my line. And again, that's less than, so we're going to end up shading below that. And then for the next one, I'm going to do that one in green. So our y-intercept here is 0, so we're starting at 0, 0, and then we're going up 4 over 1. So again, as long as our scale is the same, we can just follow our slope rule. So I'm going to go up 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, and connect those together. So this time we have to remember that we're shading above because it's bigger, so we're shading on this side of it. So we have to be above the green line, below our pink line. And remember, we can't be in the negatives because we're not allowed to donate a negative amount of money. So our overlap is going to be in this part right here. And this problem only wanted our graph, So once we have this part, we are done.